And we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunrider, Mask of Arcadius. When we left off last time, we had just sent those pirates running for the hills thanks to the timely intervention of our new Gundam pilot, who is currently hanging out down in the hangar bay. Although technically they're called riders, not Gundam pilots, but screw it. They ride around giant mech suits everywhere, or in the depths of space, and we transport them places. They are Gundam pilots, and we're their taxi. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyways, it's time for us to go around and talk to people. As we have the chance to get to know the various girls hanging around and on our ship, so you know our eponymous main character's gonna take that chance, don't you? We'll start the hangar bay since it's the bottom of the ship and just work our way up, I guess. Oh, did you need me for something, Captain? No, I just wanted to be a nosy little shit and poke around your personal life a little bit. I always do this. You'll get used to it. How did you meet Chigara? Me and Chigara go back pretty far. I think we met about 5 years ago, back when she was just a girl. Well, I think she was a refugee from a planet that was destroyed in a natural disaster. Anyways, I saw a bunch of these dirty guys scaring her in the middle of the street, so I stepped in and tried to scare them away. How'd that turn out? Let's say that I bit off more than I could chew, but I swear I was gonna win in the end. Lucky for those guys, though, Chigara pulled out a gadget that zapped them with electricity, so I didn't have to space them for good. Sure you were gonna win. Sure. Just like this definitely wasn't a pact-shaped natural disaster that we're talking about here. Definitely not. So, you rescued Chigara, huh? We'll play along with her little story. Can't hurt, I don't think. Yep, totally. And ever since then, we've been comrades in arms. Feels like she skipped a few chapters of that story. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Definitely not telling us something about that. Potentially a few slightly embarrassing moments in said story she doesn't feel like sharing. Oh well. I'm sure there's nothing that'll come back to bite us in the ass. In the slightest. Still, a refugee from a doomed world. Maybe I should ask Chigara more about this. Yeah, it could be interesting. Maybe it wasn't packed, but I think it probably was. Just because everything that goes wrong in this universe and the current part of it that we're in seems to be their fault. So can you blame me for thinking that? Really? So how's the blackjack doing? Oh, ha ha ha. Thanks for asking, but nothing ever troubles my blackjack. It's always in tip-top form. I'm sure it is, but might want to keep on top of that just in case. We don't need your not Gundam breaking down in the middle of a fight or anything. That would not be fun. By the way, if you happen to get your hands on any rider upgrades, feel free to arm it on the blackjack or any other rider the Sunrider's carrying, although preferably on the blackjack. I mean, we don't have any other riders right now, so you get priority until we get others. And then I'm thinking it goes based on who's the least upgraded. How do we get rider upgrades? Also that. Well, most of the time I just ask Chigara to research some upgrades for me. It takes some money, but it's a pretty reliable way of getting upgrades. Yeah, that would make sense. Anything worth doing is gonna cost money. About joining the Sunrider. So, are you willing to help, Captain? If you help me take out the pirates, I'll join you guys on board the Sunrider. Okay. Why do you want to join anyways? I mean, not that I'm opposed to the extra help, but it does feel a bit random. For the adventure, of course, and the excitement. Really, is that all? Well, you're headed after Pact, right? Pact's conquered our home. Of course we're after them. Oh, maybe I want to help out. If we don't do anything, Pact's going to take over the galaxy. And that's not just bad for us, that's going to be bad for anyone who cares about freedom and justice. Okay, but just speaking personally, what's your grudge against Pact specifically? Or is it just that they're imperialist bastards and keep invading everyone? Because that is a fair reason to have a grudge against someone, if I'm being completely honest. Well, nothing as big as having my planet conquered by them. It's something more personal. I see. Anyways, let's just say I'm doing it for the heroics. Honestly, that checks out as far as character reasoning with this girl. It really does. So why don't you tell me a little more about the pirates you're after? It would be great if you happen to know what kinds of ships they're flying, for instance. They've been terrorizing this sector for the past year. Merchants, military, even unarmed civilians. Nobody's safe from them. Now that kind of thing just makes my blood boil. I say we go and take the fight to them. There's a pirate nest hidden in the Tidarian asteroid field where they operate from. We can take the Sunrider and mess that nest up. That'll show them not to pick on civilians. And also get you your payment from the mining union. That too. Hey, everybody's got to make a living. Yeah, fair enough. We can't expect you to just not get paid. After all, that would be unreasonable. Alright. I don't see why we shouldn't. Besides, a few more low-risk combat tests for the Sunrider could be good for us before we start directly going up against Pact. You've got yourself a deal. I knew you'd agree, Captain. Don't worry. We'll whack those pirates in no time at all, and then attend to your Pact problem together. Welcome to the team, Asaga. I won't let you down, Captain. Ahahahaha. That'll be all for now. Try to stay out of trouble, would you? Okay. So, let's go see her friend. Chigara. Oh, sorry, Captain Shields. I didn't see you coming. Sorry for surprising you. Was there something you needed? So, you made the blackjack yourself, did you? That's correct. Asaga used to pilot around a military surplus fighter that she put together from a junk heap. I used to be worried sick that it'd fall apart, so I decided that I'd build a new rider for her. Well, that's rather generous of her, to be honest. Friends or no, at that point they would have basically just met, so definitely more on the generous side than anything, I have to say. The blackjack's unlike anything I've seen in my life. You know, if you worked for an engineering company, you could change the galaxy. Ah, but then I wouldn't be able to open my bakery. where did you learn to work with machines like that? You're quite good at it, and I very much doubt you come by that talent just in your everyday life. My people were always experts with technology. I guess it's because I've been trained since I was really little. So I guess you kinda did come by it in your everyday life? Well, shows what I know. Fortunately, there's not many of us left now. It must seem really amazing to you. But back home, I wasn't even that amazing with science. You should have seen my parents. They were really amazing. What did your parents do? They were researching some incredible things. Technology to bring people back from the dead. To synthesize complicated machinery from thin air. To tell the truth, compared to what they were making, what I'm doing here is really only child's play. Wait, technology to bring people back to life? You're serious? Oh my god. Let's find us some of that. I mean, we probably can't, that's the point. But the fact that there was actually a civilization out there building that kind of technology is kind of awesome, to be honest. Do you also pilot a rider, Chigara, or is it just a saga? I do. The Liberty's a support rider, though, so I usually fly as Saga's wingmate and provide her with support. That's only for really tough missions, though. Usually the Blackjack's strong enough to fly by itself. Oh, so she has a rider too. I thought we just had the one. Shame on you for not sharing earlier. The Liberty, huh? Did you also make that yourself? Uh-huh, they're both my creations. We could sure use more riders. I don't suppose we could also bring the Liberty on board? About that. Sally's been pumped up about attacking the pirates, so she's already arranged to bring the Liberty here. And she didn't think to ask first. Wonderful. I suppose I should get used to this sort of thing with a saga around. From what I've seen of her, she doesn't strike me as the sort to ask permission very much. Sheesh, nobody's told me about that, and I'm supposed to be the captain. Well, not to bring up a potentially uncomfortable topic, but I heard from a saga you were a refugee. That's right. I used to be a refugee from the planet Diode, or Diode. I'm not really sure how you say it. Somewhat embarrassing, seeing as I'm from there, but oh well. Diode. I remember hearing about the Diode catastrophe about 6 years ago. Didn't a science experiment go terribly wrong and open a micro black hole on the planet? So you're telling me there's something that went wrong in this sector of space that was not caused by Pact? Yeah, I'll believe it when I hear confirmation they didn't sabotage that or something. It was a terrible event. Ever since that happened, I've been on my own. Well, at least until a saga found me. I'm sorry, I don't really like talking about what happened that day. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Well, that will be enough, I think. Spent enough time picking her brain, and let's go talk to you now. Ava, you got anything to say? The ship is at your command. Okay, well, what do you think our next move should be? First things first, like you said, the Sunrider's an assault carrier without any riders. Our first priority should be to find pilots and riders to fill up our empty hangar. We already have one interested pilot, and I know you don't like that, please try to tolerate it. Should be careful with that one. Saga's the type of person that seeks out danger. True, but I also have the feeling that she's not exactly going to disobey a direct order. She might creatively interpret them a bit, but I don't think she'll actually go against orders, so we shouldn't have a massive amount to worry about there. How do you even know that? Woman's intuition. Huh. Alright then. That's a very... I want to ask more about this, but I'm smart enough to know that I shouldn't. Response from Kayto there. Nice. What's the ship's status? The repairs are almost complete. We're ready to set sail as soon as you give the command. Alright, carry on then. It is time for us to go. Bring me up to date on our situation. Cosette's pirates are operating from an asteroid base near Tidaria's moon. Even with the help of our new pilots, the attack will not be easy. The base itself has been built into an asteroid, which the pirates dug out, then reinforced with armor and decked out with weapons. The asteroid base is impervious to most conventional weaponry as a result. Not only that, but the asteroids surrounding the base will make a natural environment for ambush. Just one problem after another. Don't worry, Captain. These pirates are cowards. They're only used to fighting unarmed civilians and ragtag freelancers. They'll be shaking their boots once they see the Sunrider barreling towards them. I mean, they did voluntarily choose to attack us earlier, so I'm not sure how much stock I want to put in that, really. Regardless, we should prepare the Sunrider systems to the utmost before attempting any operation against the pirates' nest. This is where our new guest comes in. Oh, hello everyone. I've been working on getting the Sunrider's research and development lab operational. I'd say that we're just about ready to open our doors. From now, you'll be able to allocate funding to research new technologies, Captain. Just speak to me in the lab and I can get started. Sounds good, but where are we going to get the money for that? Missions. There are a lot of people out there in the galaxy who need a helping hand. If we sort their problems out, usually through judicious application of our main canon, then we can be paid in return.